Listen, man. You know, I made this. It's early in the morning right now. I'm making this documentary for the real aspect, the real non-high quantum measure super astrological celestial and celestial in the points of alignment or stars or star clusters or astrological constellations or space energy, gravity, alignment in all planets or moons or suns or earth or solar systems or galaxies or universe as empathy, the real majesty star emphasis is the reasons of individuals and the continuance of my love in the physical reality and habitation. This doc, these documentaries on YouTube are for them that I've been doing ever since for the acknowledgement for the equality of their habitation to their physical conduct to the higher reality of consciousness of refinement, enrichment, and welcoming, guidance, and strength, and, and force, and cleanliness for their future habitation. Even the ones in documentaries on Neil Sanders. The empresses that offended me, that used their anatomy and habitation that was they can control that offended me, they were put away or they're being put away and, this documentary is for them. This is only for the ones of the real love and honor that knows the reason of the atmosphere and habitation of their or, orbital celestial gravitational reality into the celestial orbit, the reason of their planet being a high habitation of existence in the quality of their enlightenment and also their depth. So, according to their point or their reality of the highanity or humanity consciousness away from all wild emotions that will cause the discomfort of the physical reality or individuals trying to cause a, a false uh, form of existence. So those empresses that had individuals that wanted to spoil an individual's acknowledgement or anatomy at a point in time or matter, those empresses will never receive the love or tribute of honor or refinement from ever in existence in any time of a paradigm. From this point all the way to the future, and also here. So if you had an empress and you did it teaching and your anatomy told you to test me and try me, or some stupid force of martial arts of the wrong type of pressure tried to make you test me or try me, in the physical reality they already manipulated you for your future disease and fuck you because you already went against their conscience. So because I'm the reason of your existence. So literally fuck you ahead of time. But hey, listen, man. Like I was telling you, man. And to you, stupid bitches that realize you will kill yourself now, and the reasons of the individuals that fucked up your habitation that caused you will kill yourself and go kill them now because they don't deserve to see the quality of the future. I'm just being real. But I'm just gonna tell, and this also goes for energies and forces of possession that never got to experience that really experienced life at a point in time, and then on top of it was forces, energies of honor, of the reason of the equality to learn about one's habitation and natural current conduct of reality of one's social economics and also the guidance of individuals, um, inspiration of reality you could go kill and murder the people that caused them to try me, that caused the prolonging of your habitation returning into the physical, into the correct orientation and love of enlightenment, of the purity cleansing without any deterrence or demoralizing or deterioration in any form or shape of receiving or comforting or um, vibrational current of any form of anatomy or matter, even between me or my wife at the time of my choice, or my majesty of my real wife, and my wife empress or queen or majesty, whichever one is the original, all the way to the continuance of the physical reality, to the original of the physical reality. So this is all I'm gonna say. You could go murder and kill those people that deterred and prolonged the time, and I was just wasting their habitation and just trying to manipulate to become things that they weren't, and trying to be more than an individual ahead of them, and when it came to their order because of their natural um, negligence when it came to the physical reality of them wanting to cause deterioration of the physical. So you could go and get rid of those people with those fucked up consciousness and fucked up instincts and fucked up chemistry of your habitation that shows you even in their habitation of their senses may show you that it's different for me. I have to blow my nose, but because of probably other habitations that's not in order. But I'm just gonna be real for the habitation of the senses that show you it is causing discomfort to a person's senses or reality or their matter or their or their DNA structure. So let's be real about the situation of certain people. Right? You know, hey, like I said, right? So let's get into what I came to speak about. Right now is December December 24th, 2018. Let's get into what I'm speaking about. All right. The reason why a lot of these em- majesty empresses have, their period and is not on menopause is because of individuals that try to murder you in your habitation of your reason of you being a magi empress and a star empress. A a star, magi, majesty, empress, queen, when it came to your planets, your moons, your suns, your earth, your solar system, galaxies, your stars, star clusters, astrology, constellations, and sacred zodiac. Not animalistic emotions, the real sacred zodiac. But I'm just gonna be real. The reason of your habitation of your period for the cleansing of your physical to be able to, you know, to be on point if somebody tried to hurt you a certain type of way that it will be able to, you know, repel out one system for what one could be okay in a physical reality. And you don't use me to complete because I'm already ahead of your consciousness. So you usually use somebody else that is the fourth or the fourth or the sixth. How can I actually the fourth or the eighth in order, and I mean of the real reason of glory of according to the level of physics and of one's habitation for one's sacredcy before one is noticed. You know, the reason of your period is because individuals are trying to kill you. The paradigm being reckless, or I'm a person of orientation, order, refinement, and reparation and repairing. So if a person isn't reckless, there's nothing but more enrichment, refinement of the habitation of the physical quality of the enrichment and wealthness and strength and might all the way to the future. But if a person is reckless, then for the repairing, refining, and strengthening and reorganizing of one's orientation or original order of one's habitation, of one's humane condition when it comes to social economics and humanity. Now, I'm just gonna say this, the reason of your period is because other people that was maliciously doing the wrong thing in the physical, they didn't care because their ignorance of their negligence couldn't be couldn't be the point of honor of the reason of the habitation of the physical reality. So their mentality was than to be more than what their reason of their dignity is throughout history in the paradigm of time of their reason of existence. It's just like a person having sex through the paradigm of time that's a continuance of meaning you physical reality, the real star Magi, Majesty Empress, is of the reasons of the planets, moon, suns, earth, stars, force, and habitation. It's just like if our child is having sex with a continuance of a habitation, is learning about the quality of arising love and the reasons of the vibrational emotions of one's habitation. They're trying to have sex and be malicious or more intimate than the reason that we created the intimacy for the physical reality. If a person's trying to be more than that, then their malicious intentions during the sexual conduct of them wanting to be more than what the other person is cause malicious intentions and the deterioration of their physical anatomy and matter of one's habitation, and literally led up to one's conduct of one's social economics being a destructive reality because of their mentality, eagerly wanted to be more than the original individual when they didn't realize the reason of their order and placement of their habitation of their reason of their dignity of their being at the time. So their ignorance of their negligence of their that demoralized and belittled because they don't haven't reached that plateau to realize the reason of their consciousness when they're gonna reach when they'll realize in the foundations depending on their current existence and their mentality of what they did, they'll be they'll they'll be put in their place in a form a certain type of way, uh, depending on their conduct of their physical and where their mentality will lead them. So if they're a person that should know honor and a form to know never to dishonor honor, they be set they'll be set precise precise corrected in their habitation, so they'll never ever do or be ignorant or cause negligence like that ever again in the physical reality. Either way they want to view it and look at it. You know, speaking to those that I'm speaking about already of disorderly conduct. But the reason, for the individuals that didn't realize the reason of equality and love and was already doing the wrong things when it came to the physical reality and trying to be more than the reason of their conscience and the reason of their habitation of their existence of their individuality when it came to their cellular structure on a celestial, or astrological, or super mega quantum, or highest planet, or what, but still I would say celestial to their earth or celestial earth. reason Reasons of their ignorance, not realizing there's more higher quality than them at the time, and causing the discomfort or the manipulation of the physics that caused the individual to have to view an individual to the intricate point of reality for one's habitation of refinement and security, because the love of oneself, like how much I love myself, and then love the quality of my feminine and feminine wife of the reality. And I'm not, and tell you the truth, I'm not really speaking about, because if a person is thinking of this earth, the things I already went through on this earth is things of forms of their responsibility. What I really love is far away a certain type of way, because it would never dishonor the quality of the enrichment of one's habitation. Me having to be the intricacy at this point for such a time pit, the time, uh, the period that I'm in, a certain type of way, and because I'm a man of happy foundation that sets one's period for one's could to be cleansed even of their self for the correction of oneself. So I'ma just be real, and I'm the one that enriches oneself. So if one doesn't need a period, and it could go into the higher quality of the physical reality of one's habitation of enlightenment, of even the mythology and consciousness of one's orientation or anatomy or alchemy or the enlightenment of oneself, of the high rise of one's equality of one's atmosphere, of the point of reality of one's enlightenment of one's physical, of one's habitation of consciousness to be achieved at a time for the reality of love and the quality of the reason of regard and of the current honor of one's habitation throughout all paradigm of time. And I'm the one that sets this or makes this happen in the physical reality. But I humbled myself for a time for my recovery and comfortability of all the things I've been through. And then also me being here for so long and seeing the ignorance of other individuals. I go through without even thinking or saying, I know what I'm already speaking about if you're already paying attention to how nice I am. And then on top of it, looking down and also within the situation, because one wouldn't realize, but looking down but also within the situation, you know, um, it's kind of sad because I didn't really want to expect to be here that long for stupidity. I'm not here for reckless behavior, so one could end up collapse if one does the wrong thing when it comes to my physical and I mean literal individuality within the habitation of one's social, economics, and humane condition could end up in a very detrimental situation if one just in ever or any social economic ever tries to jeopardize the reason of the quality of the value of the existence of the force beyond them, even the outside regarding of their habitation to any level of equality or enlightenment or education when it comes to physics. So anybody engaged in my life in any form or way, the detrimental reality that will come upon you will be more that you could ever bear throughout all the paradigm of time until your existence is no more in any cycle of any form of existence of life or any habit, literally. But this is what I'm gonna say. For individuals that the continuance of the physical reality that didn't know about sexual conduct, that wanted to be more than their consciousness and wanted to be, that was causing the irritation or discomfort of the habitation of the social economics of reality because of their stupidity, not realizing the reason of their dignity and signature, and them not knowing how to be of the quality reparation or refinement or an horizon or achievement of rising of the physical without discomforting or demoralizing one's conscience is something else. Depending on the order, because depending on who's speaking to you, according to one's intellect, one's intent, one's obstruction, or one's instruction of the reality, how to conduct one's physical or conscience or habitational behavior in the form of existence when it comes to one's natural social economic structure of equality. But because of individual stupidity that didn't know how to have sex or didn't know what to do. And I'm going to read as soon as I'm finished and this video loads, I'm going to review what I'm speaking about. So there'll be no excuse for individuals in the physical reality as I'm continuing speaking about what I'm speaking about. Because of other individuals that didn't know how to conduct their and control their habitational emotions that tried to mess up the quality of the reason of their consciousness that caused the deterioration and demoralizing at the time, they should be corrected and put away and, and never be able to ever cause those type of emotions ever again in the physical because they don't know the reasons of their habitation. And if they thought they were better than somebody or tried to cause a form of demoralization because of their ignorance and their stink controversy of habitation that thought they knew anything about enlightenment or false enlightenment when it came to equality that causes distortion or digression or decrease of one's distinction of the physical reality is something else because there's a wonderful presence of the value of equality of the reason of alluring and of one's tribute and honor and homage in the reality of one's natural social senses, even when it comes to one's um, habitational receptiveness of the wonderful freshness of the quality of cleanliness than to the individuals that cause natural distinction that looks decrepit, like they're just wearing out instantly of the physical reality, and just looks disgusted at a point where they're supposed to be clumsy or looks deformed or demoralized is something else, because either it's the habitation of your social economics around you, of the individual's consciousness, or it is just probably your own leisure emotion of yourself, and it just shows in the physical when it comes to your natural habitation or your demeanor. You know, so fix your face. Means a difference. I'm already loving of equality of the real reality, and I also humbled the reality and humbled myself to be to be doctoring the physical within of one's intent, of one's even one's intellect. So the stupidity of the other people of your social economics that thought they knew something, and then that was causing the wrong um, habitational current that was causing probably receptive friction in a reality and discomfort, and even not knowing how to conduct their physical, they already been trying to cause forms of entrapment or wasting a quality of existence in certain forms at a time for no reason when certain things could have been even more clumsier than what it was already, but because of one's lying habitation of one's certain people's natural cover up a certain type of way. And if you're looking, those are recycled bottles that's in the corner right there. So of one's natural equality, and I was speaking about the carpet, of what in a certain type of way one would already naturally know. So my bad for individuals trying to find some type of form to get within instantly in the physical reality because they don't know how to conduct their equality when it comes to natural habitation of cleanliness or enrichment of in life. So in life himself, so in existence, the reason of habitation for any star or planet or magi, also meaning majesty, empress, of any level of mythology to all the way to one's consecration of one's social, economic, physics, and structure and equality of anything. Me, Raphael, as the reason of this existence, of all I already said. And no matter what time or the paradigm is viewed. So, it's just funny about situations of other individuals that cause funny misconduct that wants to be better than the reason of their dignity that made their habitation in the first place. So it shows you that if a person was in a cycle, they need not to look upon me as being in the cycle because I'm the reason that made the cycle. So finish and get rid of yourself instead of having to try to fuck up the reason of your consciousness or go beyond the consciousness of the reason of your habitation and your comfort, well, your current condition from others of real equality and enrichment that knows the reason and heard everything I said when it comes to the order and orientation in life, the certain levels of physical comfort or the condition of your reality when it comes to one's social habitation, even in life, depending on how I or my wife decides or views the situation, depending on when the visual value of it real current in reality. And I'm already now because look where I'm at this time in the paradigm. This is what I'll say to my wife. If she's an intellectual at the time, if she's not already a vindictive, um, vampiristic situation that that's causing misconduct of the physical reality because of the inner intent of the habitation of her social anatomy or social structure that caused the wrong type of current of friction of reality at the time when she thought she was doing something for herself purifying because the ignorance of her conscience that wanted to demoralize her throughout the physics that already took place or the habitation of individuals being inconsiderate when it came to her loving equality of their social economics to one's habitation of one's physical education. So this is all I'll say. So you know, My wife, be careful of individuals having sex that wants to be more than me at the time, that wants to try to cause. You ever seen the movie Beowulf? Look at the allegory and the art in that movie called Beowulf. A person that wants to be more than the original man that made the habitation, even for the granting of one's uh, um, journey of one's of equality of life, because this is what I did for the Empress. So if she was around manipulating or being promiscuous, you know, you would be able to know the difference of the reason of the physical, and be careful of the way you try to do Salem because of your ignorance of your consciousness and the manipulation of your demoralizing ways already because of your greed of the physical, of the embarrassment because you wasn't the original situation, because of misconduct when it came to the natural loving habitation of value, conditions, or comfort already, or your stupidity that can never get there because of your ignorance and not realizing the reason of your dignity and your 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 setting of education when it came to humanity or one's habitation of the reason of your existence in the quality of one's visual view or physical while value views you at it. So this is all I'll say. Be very careful of individuals at a time. And my wife, you know, be careful of other individuals that doesn't honor the reason of their dignity, that tries to make a point of reality to be more than what it already is when it comes to educational and physical equality of the future of one's habitation and socioeconomic and enrichment and welfare going towards the future in any journey or point of reality that exists. You know, I love you and be careful. So the reason of your period is sometimes is for the the correction of one's habitation, of noticing one's point of existence. One don't become vampiristic in greed or gluttony because of the stupidity of others. You know, you have to bear with the situation to 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 cleanse oneself, to get rid of if there's ever a moment of correction or ever the physical reality when it comes to the purity and value of the reason of the real higher quality of existence, not the manipulation of the physical, the real habitational equality of the rise of the physical of existence, even of the immaculate physical structure at the time, and not to be abused by others of course, irresponsibility. It's to be someone that is sacred, that stays humble, that you can say nothing throughout a time a certain type of way, only for the reasons of reparation, refinement, or refining or enrichment of one's habitation on any level of intellect or instruction to be instructed to the value of enlightenment or the quality of enrichment when it comes to one's natural habitation and all sorts of economics. Love one, and this is all I can say. But, you know, shame, shame on your skink emotions that cause the digression already or the demoralizing. But reparation is always here. At a time only when one of value wants to be there at a time for the rising of the different reasons of equality at points of existence of love and the wealth and enrichment of one's habitation, of one's education. This is me, the real Abbott White, offering the real star magi, original force himself, love one. And you know something, just for my wife, I'll do something a certain type of way, right? You know, connect me to YouTube, dude. Somebody tried to cut into my ad, another ad tried to cut into my sequence, so pardon me for a second. You know, somebody you see is an ad. Pardon me because somebody's ignorance that's jealous of the quality of my naturalness. I already know, you know I'm saying that. Depuis où au campé, under glace, mais ouvert à main. Chérie, au calme, pas bon qui te va. Ah, Feito que cheguei, vendo amor, amor, inconsolé. Interdit la selle sous sous connaît ce mot qui tient de chez la vie. That's all I can say. Love one, if you know what I'm speaking.